The wonderful folks at Tonor have once again come through with a new microphone for me to review for you guys. So if you're into content creation, either creating videos on YouTube, maybe you're streaming, maybe you're working from home and you just want a better quality microphone for your Zoom meetings, well then you might want to take a look at this microphone. This is the TC20 from Tonor. Now, while the previous two models that they've sent me in the past were USB, this is actually an XLR microphone, so you will need an audio interface with phantom power in order to use this thing because it is a condenser microphone. Condenser microphones are more common in the world of video creation and streaming. My room is really not treated. These white panels are just hollow plastic. They're not intended for any kind of audio treatment. With the gain on my Focusrite Scarlett 2i2 Gen 3 at about 50%, so that's about 12 o'clock on the dial, but I am able to hear myself. I have been using this thing a little bit and testing it out, listening to myself to see how it sounds. So far, I'd say the quality is pretty good. This is what the audio sounds like edited, just how I kind of normally edit my audio for my videos as of late. And this is how the audio sounds unedited straight from the microphone. So from what I can tell with my meter on Adobe Audition and the flashing green light on the Focusrite, it looks like 50% is probably the sweet spot if you're going to have your microphone about this close. You're able to speak loudly and more clearly so you don't just sound boring like this, like I do in half my videos when I'm sleepy and recording lately. You sound good and loud and strong without overpowering the microphone and blowing out the audio or blowing out the ears of anybody who might be listening to your content. I'm going to put it a little bit further. Say you want to have a microphone out of shot. This is what it's going to sound like. So it's not as loud, but you could turn up the volume on the interface. The only thing is you then at that point risk picking up more noise, and if you're using any kind of noise reduction in your recordings, you might get some weird digitized sound. I know because I've done that plenty of times, believe me. Also, with the microphone further away, you're probably going to get a little bit more echo, a little bit more reverb in your sound. But if you really want to have the microphone out of shot, this is what it's going to sound like just out of shot here. It's like really right here. My hand is touching it at this point. I don't know if you could hear that. Like one of the previous Tonor microphones I've reviewed in the past, this is not just the microphone you're getting an all-in-one kit, with the only exception being the interface. Inside the box, you're going to receive the instruction manual, a shock mount, a big, bulky, and impressive high-quality base for the boom arm. I don't really go shopping around for boom arms, but in this price range, I mean, considering that this includes everything, including the microphone, I'm actually shocked that the boom arm has a base like this. Even on my desktop, which has a tapered, sort of slanted base where it's not flush on the side, it's slanted, I'm able to actually put the base onto this, and it's sturdy, it holds well. The last Tonor microphone kit that I used, I had to actually put a different table up to connect to that because it would not stick to my desktop. But this is sturdy. I was able to jiggle it, knock it around, and it doesn't go anywhere. Then you get the boom arm, of course, the star of the show, the microphone, and then underneath that you'll get this foam windscreen, a pop filter, an XLR cable is included, and you'll also receive some Velcro strips for cable management because you will want to manage the cable so it's not flopping around everywhere. So for $59.99, you get all of that, and then just from listening to the microphone as is right now, I'd say that's well worth the value. Now, it is very important, and I want to make it very clear that if you are new to the world of microphones, again, this is not a USB microphone. This is an XLR microphone. You need an audio interface or some type of way of connecting through the XLR connection in order to plug this into your computer or whatever else you might be using to record. I know at the beginning of the video I mentioned maybe using this for Zoom meetings. Obviously, this is an extreme use case where, I mean, if you have Zoom meetings where you're using an audio interface to connect your microphone, that's not going to be like a super common thing as far as I can think of. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but if you're out there and you happen to have an audio interface already and you're doing Zoom meetings and you're looking for a new microphone, here's one that you might be able to pick up for only $60. Now I'm speaking into the top of the microphone, which again, maybe if you're new to microphones or you're new to the world of condenser microphones, you may not realize that the top of the microphone is not where you're supposed to speak into. And this is what it sounds like when I talk into the back of the microphone. I can already hear in my ears that it sounds weird and muffly. Again, you don't want to speak on this side, you want to speak only on this side in the front. Was that loud or a weird camera angle for you? I'm sorry. Now I'm going to fiddle around with the gain knob on my interface just to show you guys the volume levels and the room noise. This is at about 10%. This is at about 25%. Now we're back at 50%. 75%. Oh no, sorry, this is like 60%. I'm able to hear a little bit of hiss in my headphones. You might hear my wife's mouse clicking at this point now. 75%. I have to talk very quietly so I don't blow out anyone's ears, including my own. I definitely hear mouse clicks, and I definitely hear some hiss. Okay, don't turn it to 100%, because when I did that, it was a big loud in my ears, and the meter on my interface turned red. So now I'm at about 90%, talking very softly. You can hear a ton of noise, a ton of hiss. You can hear my wife clicking. Tap your fingers on the desk. I don't know if you can hear that. But yeah, probably good for ASMR. I don't like talking like this. I'm going to turn this back to 50% now. Well, that was an adventure. We definitely know each other better now. How you doing? I feel like at 90% you could probably hear my thoughts. Now, for any streamers out there, this is going to be a little bit of a test of how the microphone sounds as far as picking up any keys or mice. For this demonstration, I do have the microphone mounted onto the desk that I'm typing on. I do have a desk mat that the keyboard is on, as well as the mouse, and I will be using Cherry MX Browns on this ACO 3068 video coming soon. These are tactile switches, so just to give you an idea of what we're working with as far as sound goes. So in case you're streaming, maybe you're playing games and you want to use this microphone for that, you'll get an idea of what it's going to pick up. Now, with the exception of the introduction to this video, the audio in here has been completely unedited with the exception of maybe a little bit of noise removal. I also might adjust the gain in post depending on if Premiere is making it too loud or too soft. Now, like the Q9, which was the previous Tonor kit that I tested out, I was not able to find this microphone on its own, at least just through a quick search on Amazon. It does seem to only come in the kit. It is a cardioid microphone, so that means it has a heart-shaped polar pattern facing this way, so it's not supposed to pick up a lot of sound from the back or the sides. You mainly want to be in front of this thing with the fish logo facing you. The only way really to mount this on the boom arm, as far as I can see, is the shock mount, so you do need it. As far as any complaints that I have, I don't really have a whole lot. I'm no professional or audiophile at all when it comes to these microphone reviews, as you might know from seeing my previous microphone reviews. To me, as long as it sounds clear and it sounds good, you're able to understand me and it picks up my sound, doesn't cut in and out. To me, it's a pretty good microphone. I do know if it sounds like you're on old-time radio or talking into like a crappy gaming microphone, then it's probably not a great microphone. In my opinion, this one sounds really good, especially for the price. As far as XLR condenser microphones go, one of the most popular ones out there is the Audio-Technica AT2020. That one is about $100 to $120, which is around double, if not more than double, the price of this microphone, and it doesn't include everything. Now again, if you don't need everything that comes here, I mean, maybe you can look into that. But if you are just starting out and you need a full-on kit, you just need to get everything with the exception of the interface that you'll have to buy separately, I'd say this is an excellent starting point. Sure, the AT2020 sounds good, but does it sound twice as good as this? Maybe it does. I don't know. Again, I'm no professional. Now, this is a very strong, thick, sturdy, much more beefy looking boom arm than the one that came with the Q9, and it is a lot better. I'm actually very impressed with the boom arm itself. My only real complaint here are the knobs here that are connected to the microphone, especially the one on the shock mount. Again, I think this might be even the same shock mount that came with the Q9. It has the same problem where it seems to come loose. So say you're trying to move this thing around a little bit, it will kind of eventually just sort of give way and start to come down, and you have to retighten. Once you retighten it, if you don't move it, it seems to be fine, but it still is annoying when it does come undone, when all you're trying to do is just move the microphone a little bit. And that is the Tonor TC20 XLR condenser microphone. I think it sounds really good, especially for that price, and everything that you get here, you really can't beat it. From the 3 microphones I've tested from Tonor so far, I'd say they are consistently able to put out some quality microphones at a decent price range. They're not the best of the best, but you're also not paying for the best of the best. You want this microphone either as a backup, or if you're just starting out, or maybe you don't want to spend a lot of money and you want a microphone that's going to last you for a while, I'd say that this microphone, like their others, is well worth looking into. If you are interested in picking up this microphone, I will have an affiliate link in the description from Amazon. It really does help out the channel if you decide to pick it up from there. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like this video if you liked it, thumbs down if you hated it. Leave a comment to tell me what your favorite color is. I would like to know that. That'd be a nice little topic of conversation for the day. What'd you think of this microphone too? Tell me about it. Maybe you have other microphones. Maybe you have some more professional input to tell people. Just leave it in the comments. Just be nice. Again, I'm no professional. If you like this video, you can watch this one here about another microphone, or you can watch this one here, which is going to be about something totally different. Click one, come on.